In this tutorial, we're going to talk about the fisheye lens effect in CorelDraw. So our target objects are or graphics is we're going to recreate this graphic here, the fisheye. And if you take a look here, these are three balls with text and shapes in it, and we've got some reflections here, drop shadow, and some text effect here. It's very easy to do in Corel. Okay. So first what we're going to do is, what I did, I prepared all the elements that we need for this this project. So I created dots here, some text, and also some stars. Okay. And these are all vector images. So if you click on view, click on wireframe, these are all vector. Go back to enhance view. Now we are going to create circles first. Okay. So in here we've got all the circles, and then what we're going to do, we're going to create the balls, right? See the circles. So I click on my ellipse tool, I hold down control to make a perfect circle, and click and drag. Okay, so we're just going to make it there, same size there. Now I don't know if you can see it, but it is in there. Now in my keyboard, the plus sign in my keyboard, and I'm going to move it over to the right side. I would probably shrink this text down just to fit the circle. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, and then I'll duplicate the circle and move it over, plus sign, and then move it over here to the right side for my stars. Okay, so now I have these circles here. Now I'm ready to do the fisheye lens effect. But first of all, if you click on window, click on Docker, we're going to click on the lens here so that you'll have a Docker here for the lens. Okay, so the lens here, if you click on this drop down here, you can see all the lens effect here, but you click on fisheye because that's the effect that we wanted to use. So first I click on the circle that I did, okay, and see that's the circle that I did, and then I go to my fisheye here, and you notice there's a little preview, a small preview of the fisheye effect. Okay. I can also, this rate here, I can even increase the rate, and if you notice here in my actual graphic, it changes too. Okay, so let's say I'm happy with this one. So what I'm going to do here, this option here for frozen, because right now it's live, right? So I can move it around. See, I can move it around. Okay, but let's say I'm happy with that position here, with that graphics there. So you click on frozen. Okay, so once you click on frozen, now when you move your circle, it's already isolated from the patterns that we did. So I'm gonna bring that up. Okay, now let's go to our text here. So in the circle, it's best that the text should be smaller than the circle. Okay, so when you click on this one, you go to fisheye here, you can see the preview. Just going to do this. Okay, so if I'm happy with that one, I just click on frozen. Now I can isolate this ball. I'm gonna bring it up. Okay, now I'm going to go to my stars here. So I click on my object or the circle, and then I'm going to increase the, let's say I'm happy with that, and then click on frozen. Okay, so once I've frozen it, I can isolate it. So hit F4 to view everything, and then I'm just going to delete all of these. I don't need that anymore. So I close this, and then I'll I'll start doing my effects here. Okay, now let's start with this first one here. So the best way here is that if you look at the target object here, it's in an angle, right? It would look nice if it's in an angle. So I click and click one more time, okay, to get the rotation pins here. I click and then drag. Do that one. So click one more time to rotate. Okay, happy with that. Click another time. There. Okay, now let's go to the first one here. So once you click on frozen in the fisheye, these are grouped together. Like there are 3 objects here grouped together. Okay, but one group is of course the circles here, the small circles. So I'm going to ungroup that. Okay, you can ungroup the objects by going to this icon here, or you can, Control U to ungroup. Okay, the shortcut key. So I'm going to use this icon here for ungroup. Okay. So now what do we have here? Okay, I'm just going to separate the objects first, and then later on I'm just going to undo it to go back to the original. Okay, so the first one is this one, which is the path or the circle that we created. And I click here again. Okay, so this is the object, right? And so these are separate objects now, but I'm going to get this circle, okay, the background. See, if I click on the center here, okay, the area of so that is the background of the circle. So let's say I'm going to color it, see, so you can get it from there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to color that red first. Okay, so once I color that red, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on my mesh fill. So you click here and then mesh fill or letter M. Once I click on that, you're going to have this mesh here, right? So I'm going to choose this first here, this one, and then click on orange, or let's say orange. Okay, I'm going to click this one here. Let's say I'm going to make it white. There. See the difference now? You can create some very nice patterns there. Let's say here, highlight that, and I'll make that, let's say, purple. Okay, and so on. Now if you want to make this, I'm going to zoom in here. Now if you want to make, okay, I'm selecting a mesh fill because see in my status bar here, it says here mesh. Okay, so I go to my mesh fill. Let's say I want this to be darker, so I select these 4 nodes here and go to my black, hold down Control and click on it to get a darker shade. See here, you can see it's becoming darker. Okay, I'm going to do the same with this one. I highlight those 3 nodes and then hold down Control and click on black to make it dark. Here. Let's say I'm happy with that. Okay, so I'm fine. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to click on the mesh fill, okay, which is the background that we just did. I'm going to put that in the clipboard, so Control C, or actually you're going to cut it, so you click on edit and then cut, or Control X for cut. Okay, so we cut it. So this one we don't need. Okay, so we're going to group this first. Group all of this so it's easy to color. Click on group for this. Okay, this is the icon for group, or Control G, and then I can color that too. So I can color it. Just gonna check what color we used here. Okay, it's like white and orange. Okay, or we can do any color if you want. Okay, so we start with the gradient fill. So you click on interactive fill here and click and drag going down. Okay, of course you can't see it. Okay, so let's say we're going to okay, I'll put white here. Okay, so those are white to whites. Of course you don't see anything. So let's say I want to get purple, put it in the center there. Okay, we'll just start with that one. And remember, we click on Control C to cut. Now what we're going to do is we're going to paste the background. Okay, of course you won't see it because it's in front, right? So you go to arrange, order, to front, sorry, to back of page. There. Then now you click on the objects. You know it's the circles because here in the status bar it says group of 78 objects on a layer. Okay, then you can go to your interactive fill and just adjust some of the colors there. Or let's say you want that to be orange. Yeah. So it's really up to your creativity. Now if I'm okay with that, I'm fine, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to group this, Control G to group, and I'm just going to put that somewhere over there. Okay. Now let's do the stars first. Okay. So once again, click on that and then ungroup or Control U. Okay. So I got one object for the circle, which we don't need. I'll just delete that and then click here in this area to get the background. Okay, so I'm just going to make that blue color blue. Okay, and then now instead of mesh fill, we're going to do an interactive fill. So click on interactive fill here and then click and drag. Just click and drag. Okay, now in the property bar here you can make it radial. Okay, and I'm just gonna move this here just to there you go. And then once again we're just going to copy this or cut this one to the clipboard. So edit, cut. Okay, so that we can group all of these stars. Okay, select all and then group it, then we can color it. Just want to see what we use there. Okay, it's just white, so it's only white. So what I'll do, I'll paste the background again, or clicking on this icon for paste or Control V, and then arrange order to back of page. And I'm going to click on the stars and I'll make it white, or yeah, just make that white. And then you can do some more effects if you want. I'm going to click on that and then make a gradient fill or interactive fill here. Okay, not sure if I'm selecting right object. Yeah, I'm selecting that. So interactive fill, I'm going to make a darker blue there. So it's just an illusion of a reflection there. Okay, I'm good. So I'm just going to group that or Control G, and I'm going to do this one here. Okay, so you use green for that. So I click on the fill and they'll make it green. So click here, then ungroup. Okay, so I'll click on the line we don't need, so delete that, and then click on that area. I'll make it green. Okay, I'm going to make it interactive. Use the interactive fill to make a gradient fill, and then here choose radial. Okay, and then just adjust it. Okay. And then while doing that, I can cut that and I group this one all together, or Control G, and then I can color that. I don't know, what will I color? Maybe this one here or this one, and then Control V or paste, and then put that to back of page there. And then I can actually play around with this. I can make a interactive fill. Okay, put some whites here by dragging the color, and then I'll make maybe a darker green this side there. Okay, and then I'm just going to group this, Control G to group, and then F4. Now I have these 3 circles now. Okay, let's line that up. Okay, now for the background. Okay, so for the background, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a rectangle. Okay, and then first color it black. So I'm going to go here and click on black there, and then arrange order to back of page there. Okay, I'll move that up, and then I'm going to make a rectangle again going down, but instead of creating another one, I just hit plus in my keyboard while selecting this rectangle there, and then I'm going to move it down by clicking on this handle, click and drag handle, and I'll make that dark blue, this one here. Now going to our source here, and if you notice here, it's a little bit dark. How did I do that? Okay, so you go back here, click on your mesh fill tool, mesh fill or M, and then in here, see these nodes here, 1 2 3 4. Okay, so highlight that, and you go to your palette here, hold down Control and click on black. See, it becomes darker until you're happy with the color. Very nice. There. See, now you can see the effect of the black. Okay, now in here, going back here, there's some reddish color over here. Okay, so that's the same thing. So you click on the black, okay, go to your mesh fill, and then in here highlight that, and you hold down Control and click on this red color here in the palette. See the difference? Becomes red. Highlight, hold down Control, and then just color it. Maybe I can select the 2 nodes, hold down Control, and there. There you go. Now it has reflections here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all of these three circles. Okay, plus sign in the keyboard, and then plus sign, and then bring this down, just this one here, this handle here, click and drag going down. So it's going to be a mirror image going down there. Now I'm going to group that, so group all the reflections. I'm going to go to my interactive transparency tool, and I'll just click and drag going down until I have the effect that I want. There. I think that's fine. Now I'm going to put a little bit of drop shadow at the back so that it would look like it's more realistic. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one, which is grouped together. It's already grouped together. So I go to my drop shadow, click on drop shadow. So click and drag. See the drop shadow? So that's the drop shadow. What I'm going to do, I'm going to separate the drop shadow. So you go to arrange, break drop shadow apart. Okay, so now this drop shadow is separated from the main object. Then I can resize that. And then what's good here, it's I can use that, so use that for these 2 objects here. Just going to do that. Okay, so plus sign the keyboard and bring this to the right side. Plus sign, go to the right side. There. You can probably extend this blue background. Okay, so we're almost done here. Looked at that. It's more realistic now. Okay. Now the fisheye text here. So I'll type in fisheye. Okay, I'm going to enlarge it, and then I'm going to choose a thicker font. Okay, I'm going to color that. I use light blue for that, so I'm just gonna use it the same. Okay, let's start with that one just to make it different. Now you notice if I see, it's transparent going up and it's transparent going down. So a very, very nice effect. So we're gonna do that with this text here. Okay, so now you click on your transparency tool, which is this one here, transparency. You click and drag first going down. Okay, while you're doing that, you hold on Control Shift to make it straight. Okay, now you notice the transparency is only in the bottom here. So what I'm going to do, okay, one second. So you click on black here and drag it to this box here. There. Of course I don't see it because transparent to transparency, right? Okay, so click on white. There. Now I can adjust that. Yeah, I can adjust. Okay, so now it fades in, and then I can also add another white here, or make this a different color. You can do that too. So you click on it, and let's say I want this color here. Okay, so it's really up to you. F4. Just gonna delete this, and that's it. Very nice effect and easy to do.